What is it? I gotta look now.
So that should have. I just restarted my stream, so that should hopefully take care of the audio issue there.
Yeah, you can up your audio bitrate from 160 to 320 now. Your mic sounds really good in Discord. It's crystal clear.
Yeah, it's a like studio quality mic. It's just
yeah, it doesn't come through on stream like that though.
Yeah, it's real tinny, I know.
But well, this crap, I don't know how without having you like basically reset everything up. I don't know how to fix. I think the audio problem is because something your mic is because it's going through your network.
That could
and
be.
I'm wondering if you could just run like a splitter, like an aux cable splitter.
Well, that's what that's essentially what I was talking about, was getting a like an XLR, like a Go XLR or something like that, or
So you got
a cheaper version
outputs.
of that. Yeah, so that I could basically take all of my audio, send it through that, and.
So why not use the one PC to stream, and why use the second?
Just just because.
Performance?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, what CPU do you have in your gaming rig?
3700X.
Oh, same one I do. I literally stream at full 1080p. I've pushed the bit rate so high that Twitch has throttled me, and I use about 12% of my CPU.
Okay.
So I'm nowhere near. I mean, I have like 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, I do too.
And I stream from a single one. I thought about doing a dual PC, but the whole setup like you're dealing with is a pain, so I haven't done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fear performance-wise. You're gonna actually take a hit with the NVIDIA broadcast software, though. That will drop your frames. But I mean, you're talking like in Sea of Thieves or something. You're talking 144 FPS to like 120.
Yeah, so my worry with doing the single PC setup is dropping frames in first-person shooters, which I play a lot.
You won't. I stream Call of Duty with ray tracing off. I don't stream with ray tracing on, but everything else is on the max settings, and I don't drop frames. 144 solid, and I'm running a 2070 Super.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to do that for a little bit just until I get that mixer, because from what I understand, man, those like hardware mixers are really really easy to use.
The other thing I'm noticing too is when I'm watching your stream, I can hear your keys.
Yeah, that's.
I can't hear them in Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I do know why that is. It's because my microphone is set up directly into. It's kind of weird how I really don't understand how it works, but basically it picks up my USB mic on my gaming PC as if it's plugged into my streaming PC. And then when I mess around with my filters, if I put the filters strong enough that you can't hear that, then you also can't hear my voice.
So is it possible you have a second mic being picked up?
I have no other microphone plugged in.
Webcam?
Yeah, I have that turned off, and
in like Windows or
no, in Streamlabs I have the audio turned off for my webcam, and what you're hearing it through is the audio input capture, and the only thing connected to that channel is my microphone.
That's kind of doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me either.
We've seen that before. A couple people have had background noise. Actually, Sam, I don't know, Patches knows who she is. We were watching her stream, and every once in a while, we'd hear an echo in her voice. We couldn't figure out what it was doing. In one stream, she leaned forward towards her camera, and the echo got really loud. And that's when I pinpointed. I'm like, oh my god, you got a mic on your webcam that's picking you up, and she had it turned off. But we dove down into the settings in Windows and disabled the mic in Windows so that OBS, even though it was in there, couldn't hear it anymore, and that cleared it right up.
Here,
So if you have an audio track being captured by OBS, because there's 6 different channels of audio that can go to OBS, and if it's picking up one of them and you just hit it, instead you can hide things so they don't show.
Right.
But it could potentially still be picking it up. So if you go, let me see if I can figure out where it is. I think you just right-click the speaker down in the bottom right. This might not be your problem. But if you're not using it anyway, test your microphone, manage sound devices. So right-click the speaker, scroll down a little bit, click on manage sound devices, and then try to find your webcam mic. And then click on it and disable it.
Yeah, it doesn't even show up as a microphone in my managed sound devices.
Wow.
Yeah, I have voice meter, aux, my USB mic, more voice meter outputs. That's it.
Maybe a webcam doesn't even have a mic.
Oh, it does.
That's strange. You can't see it.
Yeah, I have no idea why. A lot of weird stuff.
Well, so do you know your? I think I asked you this the other night. Do you know your internet speed?
Yeah,
speed?
I think it's 100 megabits per second.
That's probably download. I mean, it is possible you have that upload.
No, yeah, sorry, upload is slower than that. I don't know that number off the top of my head.
That's an important one to know. So, like, let's say you have 12 megabytes upload, right?
Yeah.
That means you can go as high as 12 megabyte or 12,000 bit rate.
Right.
But you can't get that through Twitch, so you'll the highest you can go is, I believe, it's 6,500
or 65. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 6,500, but everybody recommends 6,000 because you can fluctuate.
Right.
That's what happened to me. You can also allot that to audio. So right now you have 6-channel audio broadcasting at 100. What did I say? 120? Whatever MP3 is. I can't remember. 160.
Audio.
160. So that's in the settings. It is in output and then the audio tab.
Audio. Yeah, it's 160
for your audio bit rate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can change that to 320. And then if you scroll down, you'll see track 2, track 3, you'll see all the way up to 6.
Right.
You can physically turn those off in your mixer.
Okay.
So they implemented this because of the DCMA stuff with the music.
Right.
People were playing music and it was going into the VODs and they were getting flagged for DCMA music. So right now you can get away with playing music live, but if it's recorded in your VOD, you have to delete the VOD or you get flagged. So they broke up all the audio channels into 6 different tracks. So if you want to play music, you can play it to track 2 and a lot of bit rate to it. And anything but track 1 will not get recorded in your VOD.
Gotcha.
So you can play music live, but it doesn't get recorded. But if you don't play music, you can shut all those other channels off, turn your track 1 up to 320 and get crystal clear CD quality audio.
That's
on your stream.
That's probably what's going on with my microphone, because I have it's set to CD quality on everything except for Streamlabs.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
that,
probably an end streamer to change, right?
yeah. Yeah, it is. But I'll change that at the end of my stream because I'm not super worried about tinny microphone sound right now. Because I'm only going to be streaming here for a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's fine.
So,
We all just started messing with this. I did this a couple weeks ago, and because I don't hear myself stream, I don't really know. It was hard to judge. Like I'd go back and watch my VODs, but I'm like, different game, and all this stuff. I didn't really have anything to compare it to.
right.
So some of the other guys that I stream with, that I lurk their VODs, I watch them when I'm not streaming and stuff. I walked them through it, and they changed all that over. And holy cow, was it night and day difference in audio? It's incredibly clear.
Yeah.
To the point where now we're picking up background noise. Like I can hear when they bump the desk with their knuckle.
Right.
Like it's so clear. So I don't know. It might be something you want to mess with too.
Yeah, I'll change that. I'm hoping. Well, I can just pull up my stream real quick and listen.
Picking up background noise, like I can hear when they bump the desk with their knuckle. It gets so clear. Now that chirping's back. So can you see that chirping in your mixer?
Yeah.
It's like a feedback. So you can see it on your microphone?
Yeah.
Or your desktop audio?
On my audio input, yeah.
Okay. That's so strange that it doesn't come through Discord.
Change the noise suppression filter.
Well, NVIDIA broadcast will get rid of all that.
So that may have just changed it. Because I just changed to the higher quality. I had to change to the lower quality noise suppressor for some reason. I don't remember what that reason was, but I just changed back to the higher quality one, and hopefully that.
Yeah, so I don't know, like it won't pick up your keys, it won't do anything, but it's a little bit of a computer hog. And you have to have the NVIDIA GPU in order to run it.
Yeah, so he said there's a way to do that, to run it on my streaming PC but have it ran actually through my gaming PC.
Yeah, you'd have to. That's where I'd have to really get into how your stuff is set up, and you would have to reconfigure an aux. Originally, I was thinking you can have a mic plugged in, and then you can take that mic audio and put it out through a separate jack on the back of your motherboard, and then into the Elgato card, or directly input on the mic on the other PC.
Okay.
Like a male-to-male aux cord, you can do that.
Right.
You just got to configure the port. A lot of motherboards make it super easy. Like as soon as you plug something in, a window will pop up and it'll ask you what you want to do, and you can just line out your mic.
Right.
And then the other PC doesn't know. It's just an audio in. Doesn't care what it is.
Yeah. So the other part to that, I guess, is eventually I'm going to be upgrading that graphics card in my streaming PC, because I literally just bought like the bare minimum to be able to stream. And when I upgrade to what I'm going to upgrade to, I'll be able to run that no problem. The NVIDIA broadcast, it just doesn't. It's not compatible with the graphics card that I have in there right now.
Yeah, you'd end up having to. Well, you said your headset and okay. The mic is not plugged into. The mic is plugged into the gaming PC.
Correct. So is my headset.
And that's what you would run NVIDIA broadcast on.
Okay.
So you'd be, and then however the audio from there. So your mixer board, or whatever you want to call it. I keep forgetting
voice meter. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the name of it. So voice meter is installed. You have to. How does that get the signal from your gaming PC? Is there software on the gaming PC too?
Yeah, so it's on both.
Okay, so then that just talks to each other through the network.
Correct.
Okay, so when you go into the gaming PC and you select your microphone, once you install NVIDIA Broadcast and enable it for your microphone, NVIDIA Broadcast will ask, what microphone do you want to use? You only got one, so you're going to select that, and then it's going to add another mic to your computer called NVIDIA Broadcast Microphone. So then you're going to go to your voice meter and you're going to change the input of the mic to the NVIDIA Broadcast one.
Gotcha.
And then everything else will just work.
Okay.
Because OBS is still picking up the mixer sounds, your voice meter sound, so that shouldn't affect anything on OBS's side. But what that software is going to do is it uses AI. It's trained to pick up all kinds of sounds. Like I'm a smoker and I smoke on stream,
Mhm.
and one of my downfalls as a streamer is every once in a while I cough. So when I was running that, if I didn't mute my mic and I coughed, it would cut that right out, and you wouldn't even hear me do it. You would see me do it, but you wouldn't hear it.
Huh.
Because it's not words.
Right.
And it knows that, and it's lightning fast. So a dog barking in the background won't pick it up. Running air conditioners in the room won't hear it. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's so good that I had trouble running my soundboard because my soundboard uses my mic.
Yeah.
And because my mic was it went into the mic pre NVIDIA Broadcast,
Mhm.
that when I went to play stuff through the soundboard, it would cut it and edit it out, and you'd only hear like bits and pieces. It was really weird, but it's so cool. And the green screen effect, you turn that on, it'll just wipe everything out but you. It'll be like you have a professional green screen.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty neat.
It does work good. It has a lot to do with lighting though. So you seem to have good, decent lighting.
Yeah.
So it'll probably work fine. The only time it might falter a little bit is between your head and the headphone band, like in that little area.
Right.
It might kind of blink in and out every once in a while. That's it. It'll work wonders. And but that's plugged into the other PC, which doesn't have.
Yeah, it doesn't have the capability to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you won't be able to use that part.
Yeah, because I'm running like I think I'm running like a 530 or something right now in that PC.
Yeah.
And you need I don't remember what it is, but what I'm going to upgrade it to is a 1660, and that'll be able to run it.
You'll get the new encoder too.
Yeah.
So you have the new encoder on your 3060.
Correct.
I'm kind of back and forth between whether using that or the CPU encoder. Some games work great with it. Usually like small time indie titles that aren't optimized well.
Right.
Don't work very well with the new encoder, and you'll drop frames.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard the CPU based encoding is a little bit more consistent, but
it is. It is. But when you can use the new encoder, it's the way to go because your CPU does nothing.
Right.
It's just playing the game.
Well, and the GPU really is doing nothing because it's a separate course.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's got its own chip just designated for that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like I said, I'll probably just until I get a soundboard for the time being, I'll probably just do streaming on my gaming PC. Just see how that goes, and then.
All right. Well, hey, if you need any help with bots or anything like that, I think you came over on Saturday to my stream, right? But it was later. I think. I can't remember for sure. I can't
know if I did or not. I know I went on to Genesis stream.
Okay.
But I may have went over to yours as well. I don't remember because
I don't remember either.
I was like on my lunch break when I was doing that stuff, so I was just
because I stream the fun shit earlier. Like just we're gaming and stuff usually later on, but in the morning, like come over if you can get into my stream. You can come over there. You'll get a shout out. A clip will play. You can request music. We all hang out. We play marbles. Everybody gets to know each other.
Yeah.
But you can see what a bot can do for you. Like there's ridiculous stuff that you can trigger on my stream. Like play all sorts of silly videos. You can puke blood on me. You can throw a tomato in my face. You
Yeah.
can do just like I try to add like all sorts of ridiculous stuff because that's the point of the Saturday stream is to, oh, that's cool. How'd you do that? And then after stream, I'll tell you how to set it up, and you can put your own twist on it and stuff like that.
So is that most of those bots are like affiliate things though, right?
No.
Oh, they're not.
No. You'll be affiliate soon enough. You'll be affiliate before you know it.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
It'll just probably happen. Like it'll just happen one day.
Yeah.
And you want to be kind of ready. So like when you some of the perks of being affiliated is that the people watching you aren't forced to watch in the resolution you broadcast. So like right now you're broadcasting in 720p.
Right.
At 60 FPS. That's what everybody should do until you're affiliate. Once you're affiliate, you can stream anything you want, and all of your viewers who are watching on a cell phone on a cell signal can turn it back down to 720p, even though you're broadcasting at 1080p.
Right.
So then you could up it. Obviously, it requires more internet bandwidth, but you can up it to anything you want and do all that stuff. But the bot will help moderate bad words in your chat. It'll keep a tally on people, how many hours, minutes, or whatever they've watched. And then obviously you get the perks of channel points and bit donations, and you can make all kinds of stuff happen.
Yeah.
Like I have, for instance, a sub goal on my channel. It's one sub goal. So it's at the start of the stream, it's 0. If somebody comes in and subs to my one sub goal, the bot, I have to get it to trigger itself yet. I have to manually do it right now. I haven't taken the time to do it, but it'll trigger a celebration, and then fireworks go off on the screen, and music plays, and I got like a little mushroom with sparklers that dance, and all sorts of ridiculous stuff that you can't do with just the strict, like the Streamlabs alerts where they just make a sound.
Right.
You can do whatever your imagination wants it to do, it'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, it does song request queues. So my Saturday streams you don't get to see unless you watch them live, because I delete all the VODs, because it's Jukebox Saturday. Like you can come in and you can just type in chat and it'll queue your video up from YouTube to play on my stream while we hang out. And then everybody requests songs all day long. So there's always music, and you get to hear yours. And sometimes it's country, sometimes it's metal, sometimes it's, rap or rock. It's completely up to the viewers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the bot does all that. So I don't ever have to deal with it. It just happens.
Right.
So there's all kinds of stuff. You can do anything you can dream up with a bot. So you just got to think about what to do. Like right now, I'm picturing you can like hit a hotkey and some giant fish could swim across the screen.
Right.
If you wanted to.
Huh. Yeah, that's yeah. Once I figure out this other stuff.
Patches.
Once I figure out this other stuff and get that sorted so that my audio actually sounds good, then I'll definitely hit you up about setting up bots.
Yeah, anytime. There's I use 2 different ones. There's some bots that are better than others. Some are easier to configure. Some don't have to be run on the same computer as OBS.
Okay.
which is kind of nice. But if you wanted to trigger things in OBS, like a video playing or things like that, it has to be running on the same PC in order to control OBS.
Gotcha.
Just silly stuff like that. What do you mean you peed a little? I'm just reading Patch's comments now.
Oh yeah, he said that about your voice sounding like you. Yeah, about the helium thing, which is I think something to do with the bitrate issue, or not the not the bitrate, the hertz being different.
Yeah, I don't ever mess with any of that because I stream from a one PC setup, and I have never picked any of that stuff.
Yeah.
The hertz, it just captures the game, captures. I have all the audio that goes to my headset. I have it captured at my headset. So my Discord levels, music levels, game levels, everything. I hear what chat hears.
Yeah.
So if it's loud for them, it's loud for me as well. So I control all of my volumes that way.
Yeah,
Instead of
that's the one thing. That's another kind of thing that because I can't hear voices very well, so I have my Discord loud as hell in my headphones.
Okay, so so you'd have to add it as a separate source.
Yeah, that way it's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So, because that was one of the issues I had when I was playing on my Xbox. You couldn't, and all the audio is captured on one channel, so you couldn't just like turn down your game or your party chat.
Right.
So like you'd hear both me and my party just loud it. Well, not me necessarily, but just so that you could hear my voice. Over the people that I was playing with, they were just so much louder than the game audio.
I played the shit out of this game.
This is well, obviously, this is my first time playing it. It's interesting to say the least.
Well, it's a cash grab. Like you would have to sit here and grind for probably like a year just to be able to buy a boat.
Right.
Or you can
just
spend
pay
like
real
$60,
money.
and get a bass boat and go out fishing. So the other thing too is it costs you to go to a different fishing location.
Mm-hmm.
It costs you like $1,500. So
Jesus.
not only is it like makes it not fun because you can't it's such a hard grind to get anywhere. If you don't learn the game mechanics and do it exactly right, you start spending money because you're hopping around trying to figure it out.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with free games, though, right? They typically are microtransaction based cash grabs.
That's my only issue with the game. Other than that, I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't. Two things I'll warn you about. Like one, I've never lost a fish because of a line breaking. I don't even know how to make that happen in this game.
Yeah.
The other one is if you don't have the right rod, reel, line, and lure combo, as soon as you cast, it'll break.
Huh.
And it's not really intuitive, like I broke the line 100 times before I figured that out.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you why it broke; it just breaks.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, so this is the setup that they give you. If you were to change out a bobber once you unlock it, it might break the line.
Huh. Yeah.
It's a little weird, but now that you know that, you'll know. Like if you go to cast something and the line breaks, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I got something. What did I just change?
Right.
I got something that's not supposed to be on here."
Yeah, because the one game that I was talking about playing is the Bass Pro Fishing Sim Pro Tour, which I have on my Xbox, but my HDMI cable's buried for that right now. So it would have taken me a decent amount of time to actually get that plugged into my PC.
Well, this game's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's like out on the big waters with a bass boat.
Yeah, that could
And I
be
got to
pretty
spend
neat.
like $100 to find out. Like I'm nowhere as near even being able to afford a kayak in this game.
Yeah, that's just kind of crazy, I think. But I mean, it would make sense if it was like, okay, you gotta spend like $5 or $10 real to get a boat.
Yeah.
But
I said the same thing. I would spend $5 or $10 if I could get a boat to go and do that and experience the game. I feel like there's only 3 lakes that I can get to, and I fish them all like for 6 hours, and I want to see the other parts of the game, and I don't know. I think they went about it a little wrong.
Yeah, I think, like I said, well, and then the other side to that is like, if you would spend $5 or $10 and I would spend $5 or $10, that's 10 or 20 bucks that they didn't have before.
Yeah, because I'm not going to spend 30.
Right.
Yeah.
On a free game, no less.
Yeah.
That's where like Epic has it locked down, I think, with like Fortnite, where it's like you're spending maybe up to $20 at a time, but
whatever. Yeah.
Generally less than that, and that's why they're making billions of dollars off of Fortnite every year. Because you can easily convince yourself to spend less than $20 on something stupid.
I hate that game.
I'm not a huge fan. I've played it, I don't know, a handful of times, but yeah, I'm not a.
You play Cold War?
I mean, I don't have it on my PC. I have it on my Xbox. But the only reason I don't have it on my PC is because I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like it?
No.
I actually do. I'm an old school COD player though, and it feels familiar. Like I haven't played a COD game, I think, for the last 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Modern Warfare a lot, but just not a huge fan of Cold War. There's other Black Ops games that I've enjoyed, but it's just not one of them.
How's work going, Patches? Probably must be doing something.
Yeah. But yeah,
Get to work.
Modern Warfare and Warzone, I enjoy. I play those.
I just put a channel point redemption up on my page that anytime somebody redeems them, I got to drop what I'm doing, quit the game, load up Cold War, and play gun game 1v1.
Oh,
one
yeah.
round.
Yeah,
my part, you running the DMU? Why would that be coming off? It just got put on there. Stuff.
the one game mode that I do like in Cold War is Prop Hunt.
Everybody likes that. I haven't played it.
It's so good, dude. But like, I don't know. So I was grinding Nuketown just to like level up some guns fast, and that was kind of I hated that. And then I don't know, man. I'm just not a huge fan of a lot of the maps, I feel like, on the regular multiplayer. Maybe when they add more maps and I'll actually like it, but the other issue I have is I feel like feel like I'm getting fucked a lot in that game, man.
Shot in the back.
Yeah, or like I was playing. Like I said, most of my playing I've done has been on Nuketown just to level up guns and not have to play multiplayer. And dude, like somebody will be camping like top floor in a window, and I'll walk up behind them and mag dump into their back while they're standing still. Get like 2 hit markers, and then they'll like turn around and one tap me.
I wonder if that's a console thing.
It could be. I know somebody, which I know it sounds like a conspiracy, but somebody on like TikTok proved in some way. I think they like slowed down the gameplay or whatever. I didn't actually see the video. I was just told about it. But they proved that they delete bullets from if you're a higher skill player in a lobby. So like if your KD's higher than average in the lobby, they'll just delete your bullets to make it fun for everybody. Which doesn't make it fun for everybody. Makes it fun for the people who suck.
No, that would be that would be horrible if that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
I don't have I feel like this Call of Duty plays well, at least on PC. This Call of Duty plays smoother and better than any one I've ever played.
Yeah, I'll have to try it on PC at some point, but just to see if it is a console issue, which it very well could be a console issue with some of this stuff because of frame rates.
Yeah.
Especially with the new consoles, getting higher frame rates than the old consoles.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there are a lot of times too where like I would like be going around something and get shot before I'd ever even see the other person coming around the corner.
Well, they do weird trickery with these consoles. You know, like they're trying to sell you a console for like $600, and they say, "Oh yeah, it does native 4K."
Yeah.
Well, that's for the money you're spending on it. That's almost impossible.
Right.
So you gotta figure, okay, let's say for instance it is, and you can do that. You're gonna have to cut unbelievable corners in order to make that happen, like with the technology that's out today. So they do is that checker box thing where it's like the game is rendered in 4K, then they downscale it, they force it through your typical HDMI 2.0 to your TV, and then it's upscaled to checker box, and like this weird like tomfoolery trickery that they're using to get it to display in 4K. And I'm wondering what effect that has on the gameplay.
Yeah, see that I don't know because I bought a PC instead of getting a new console.
Yeah, I didn't buy into I mean, I've been a console player my whole life, until the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So that I was a PlayStation guy just because summer times I'm not really gaming as much as I am in the winter, and I didn't like the fact that Xbox 360 made me have to pay a subscription fee in order to play on internet I already paid for.
Right.
So that kind of irked me, and I liked the PlayStation controller better. You know, little details, minor details as to why I went with the PlayStation. But PlayStation 4 came out, and knowing what I know about the hardware that went in them, I'm like, this is not really that next gen. It's trickery. Like they kind of put all this horsepower into things, but they didn't really change anything. It was still the Blu-ray discs, and there was no next gen staple that says this is next gen.
Well, there was that, and they did the subscription service for online for PlayStation.
Yep. Yeah, so I went into just solely gaming on PC, and then obviously all the benefits of PC gaming with the frame rates and the 1 millisecond response time, not having that wireless controller anymore, and feeling the benefits of PC gaming. I don't know if I'll ever go back. Now, if they came out with a console that did that I could hook up my console to a gaming monitor with 1 millisecond response time and let me choose the peripherals and stuff, and I think they missed the boat on Twitch and streaming, because the streaming app that's on the consoles is awful. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to
hot
capture
garbage.
it. Yeah, you got to capture it on a PC anyway.
Right.
And then by not adding Discord to the consoles, which is a free app, was another one that I think they kind of
Yeah, well, so
missed the boat on.
there's a third party Discord app that it actually runs off of Discord servers, but it is trash. It's called on Xbox. It's called Quarrel. I don't know what it is on PlayStation or if there is one on PlayStation. But I mean, if you're lucky, 5 minutes. You have to like switch back over to that app, deafen yourself, undeafen yourself, and then you can hear each other again.
Weird.
Yeah,
See, that's too bad because they should have done that.
Yeah.
Like they could have bought like an NVIDIA chip, like their encoder that's on these new GPUs. They could have put that chip into the new consoles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then now it has its own encoder for Twitch streaming. And then do something better with chat. And they missed the boat.
Yeah, well then the other part to that too is because they don't have something dedicated to encoding, I was having to run my stream, I think at like a 1800 for my bitrate in order for it to be stable on my stream, and I was still getting like packet loss from that. But if I wasn't streaming off my console, then I didn't get packet loss at all. It was really strange. There's something weird going on with the Twitch app on console, so then I started streaming. I bought this streaming PC and I was streaming off my console through the PC. No issues.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe someday if the console comes out that they make worthwhile.
Yeah.
I still play a lot of games with the controller.
I do too.
Like,
yeah.
Even Call of Duty, like obviously I should learn keyboard and mouse because it is superior, but I just like the comfort of a controller. Newer stuff that comes out with different control schemes and stuff, I'll use keyboard and mouse just because I haven't learned them on a controller anyway. So I might as well get used to the keyboard and mouse. But yeah, Call of Duty, I picked up the controller right away. I haven't even tried. Sea of Thieves too.
Keyboard and mouse. So I've been doing Sea of Thieves on keyboard and mouse. Call of Duty is pretty much the only game that I'm still playing on controller right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I did try to switch over to keyboard and mouse, and so if I'm playing like Gunfight or something like that, I'll do it on keyboard and mouse because it doesn't matter that much. Your movement and stuff really doesn't matter unless you're playing super high skill players, which is rare.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it's super easy to aim with a keyboard or with a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Really easy to control your recoil, but the movement is damn near impossible to be as good on a keyboard as it is on a controller. I
agree with that. So you're an Xbox guy. So did you play the very first Gears of War?
No, because I actually switched to Xbox with the Xbox One just because that's what all my friends had was Xboxes.
Okay. So back in the day on Xbox 360, Gears of War, the very first one came out, and man, did I love that game. And I was really good at it. And I couldn't even tell you how many hours. And then I had a PC that was a gaming PC at the time, and it was games for Windows, so I could buy Gears of War and actually play it. So I would get into these lobbies with other PC guys, and I would run around and tumble and use a shotgun and like everybody else did on console. Well, on PC, it's all about the sniper rifle because you've got a mouse.
Right.
So as soon as you load in, everybody has a sniper, and they're all just like point and clicking. But then in comes me, who is using a controller, and my movement, how I would roll around and everything, they couldn't hit me. So I would get inside, and then I would rack them with a shotgun, and then I'd move on to the next one, and I mowed down all these PC players. And that was why. That was the one game where they didn't. If they were fighting people that had those tactics, they'd probably get good.
Yeah.
But they just never see it. Everybody sniping. So this one guy comes in and they've never seen anybody play the game like that before, and I just wrecked them.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thing with Call of Duty. Like I said, in gunfight, movement doesn't really matter. It's mostly just to get yourself into position, and then you probably are going to end the round real fast.
I still run and gun in that.
I do too. I don't typically camp, but for a lot of those maps, you can pretty much get yourself into position right off the jump and still be able to move on the map and not really ever expose yourself. There's just not a whole lot of like jumping over things and through things and having to check behind you and shit like that, you know, in gunfight. So with that, like even if I just, you know, went far left on any given map and ran straight forward, I'm very likely to win at least the first gunfight that I come across. With Warzone, it's a lot more movement based than it is your actual gun skills.
All right.
So if you have better movement, and so like for me, like I would get into gunfights on Warzone with keyboard and mouse and literally just lose them because I couldn't move very well.
Yeah, you couldn't slide behind cover and
right.
And yeah, climb up wall ladders and jump down. Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and then you know those same fights, having them on controller, I win 99% of the time. So it's just, you know. Anyways, I think the movement is a huge disadvantage for battle royales with keyboard and mouse. With smaller map things, it's not so bad. So like regular multiplayer and stuff like that, I think keyboard and mouse has an advantage just because of the ease of aiming. But that's not quite as relevant in large scale maps with a lot of players where you could be potentially getting third partied or, you know, whatever, and you need to be able to move a lot more efficiently. So I pretty much gave up on keyboard and mouse on first-person shooters, Call of Duty specifically.
I don't blame you. There's been rehashing the same game for 20 years.
Yeah, it really has been. With I've been playing since COD 4, and it really is the exact same game with different characters.
Yep, I've been playing since the very first one.
With,
back in the day.
Yeah, back in like, I think it was 2007.
It was just Call of Duty. That's what it was called.
Yeah, so I didn't play Call of Duty 2, or Call of Duty 3. I mean, I played them. One of my cousins had them, so I played them when I'd go over to his house. But I think back then I was playing SOCOM. And then COD 4 came out, and I started playing that. And nothing has changed.
Yeah.
The graphics have gotten better, different maps. That's about it. Which I don't necessarily hate. I'm glad to see that they've started to do some other stuff with the campaigns. You know,
I haven't even played it.
So the Cold War campaign is pretty cool. There's like, I think 3 different endings or 4 different endings to it. And then there's one mission where I think there's 7 different ways that you can complete it.
Huh. Maybe I'll have to stream that someday.
Yeah. So yeah, the campaign's pretty neat, and there's like optional side missions that you don't necessarily have to do. So that was pretty neat. But even with, I don't know if you played the 2019 Modern Warfare campaign. But there was some like slower and more tactical missions in that one too, which was refreshing from literally every other Call of Duty being, okay, so you're going to go into this city, walk around for a minute, and then it's going to be 1,000 enemies here. Move forward 100 meters. Okay, there's 1,000 more enemies here.
Yeah, I remember just like you don't even have to shoot anybody. You just got to move up.
Yeah.
Like you could like get behind the enemy and then your AI teammates would just wipe them out. Otherwise, if you did move forward, they would just sit there and shoot at nothing like a Rambo movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's changed. Like I said, there's some slower and more tactical. Like there's one mission in the. Well, did you play that campaign at all?
I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Probably.
There's one mission that was really neat. I thought it's probably my top. It's definitely my top 5 favorite missions in any Call of Duty campaign, where you're like clearing a house. That's all it is. You're just clearing a house, but you're like stacked up, going upstairs, like clearing room to room, and so it's really slow. You know, you have to make there's a few snap decisions that you have to make on if you should kill somebody or not. You know, so versus like other Call of Duties where if you're clearing a house, you know that you have to kill everybody, and you can do it at a full sprint. You know,
right?
Yeah, this one you go through the first floor of the house, get that floor clear, and then you have to wait for like the rest of your team to stack up on the stairs.
Was it in night vision?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking. So there's one room with like a mother in it. And I remember busting in the door, turning, and throwing a grenade in the room, and it landed right in the baby crib. It just blew up the baby's crib, and then it ended the mission. I had to restart. It was just funny.
Yeah. I think that's the only person that you don't have to kill, if I remember right. But
yeah.
Because you can kill the mom. The mom's not a combatant, but you can kill her if you want to, and it's not going to end the mission. Captain Price just talked shit to you about it.
You breach the door in slow-mo, and I just like threw the grenade, and then as soon as it leaves my hand, I'm like, oh shit, right in a baby carrier.
Yeah.
Like, what a bad person I am.
Right. Dude, that's the only thing that I am kind of bummed about, though. So I have the same Activision account on my PC and on my console, and in order, I have to play through the entire campaign again in order to do like mission select stuff. Because sometimes I just get on there and play missions that I like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
doesn't work that way.
No, yeah, it doesn't save your progress through your Activision account. Just like your rank and all your weapons and everything, it'll save, but your like campaign progress, it doesn't save, which I thought was kind of strange.
You can move spots, you know. You're just. I don't know how many fish there are in the spots.
Oh, there was a lot. They weren't very big, but I had them.
We did this multiplayer where you can join on your friends.
Okay. And
the lag is ridiculous. So, like I would be fighting a fish, and my cousin would look over at me, and I'm like not even standing in the spot that I'm standing, and then like he watched everything happen like a minute and a half after I did it. So it's really weird.
Yeah, it's super strange.
That will snag on the
lily pads there.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a snag yet?
No, I was just trying to see. We'll go out this way, just next to the lily pads.
Oh, there's your snag. It came off.
But yeah, no, that is really strange. Maybe it does it like custom games in Call of Duty where you're all playing off of one person's server.
Yeah, who knows?
Because that's freaking garbage. I don't know if you've done that or how often you've done that, but whoever's hosting has to have like a ridiculous internet connection in order for you to not lag.
Well, I remember back in the day that there was something, I don't know how they did it, but there was something you can hook up to your router. And once everybody got in there, you could hit it and it would, everybody in the whole server would be running in place. It would like
Oh yeah,
disconnect
lag
you.
switch.
Yeah, and then they could run around and just kill everybody as they were like stationary.
Yeah, that was a huge issue for a while.
Yeah.
And I think people just stopped doing it. I don't think that it's not something that you can. I don't think it's something that's been solved. I think people just quit doing it because there's definitely been like multiplayer games where I've played where I've had like incredible frame rate, like zero, like or like less than 10 millisecond ping to the server, you know, and then I'll like run up on somebody and just completely lag out. So I think there are people who still lag switch, but it's just like, it's like, all right, man, we get it. It's fucking 2005 still. Like use hacks like an adult.
Right. Name bots.
Yeah. Which, dude, those people are so satisfying to kill.
Yeah. I haven't encountered too many of them on PC in Call of Duty. I mean, there's been some questionable times, but nothing rock solid.
I have. So there's been probably roughly 10 times where it's been for sure that somebody's been hacking. So I'll like spectate people afterwards and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually one, I have a video posted on like it's both on Facebook and YouTube that is like, I mean, dude ended the game with 50, I think it was like 57 kills in Warzone, and he was like quick scoping people through walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could just tell he knew where everybody was, and like it was disgusting, actually. And like it wasn't, you could tell too that it like had nothing to do with skill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because like dude, if I'm in a lobby and you know some dude that's like you know what I mean, you can just tell like you can tell like if somebody's actually skilled or not. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's moving like a phase dude,
yeah,
and they end the game with 57 kills, like, all right, maybe you just had like a really freaking good game, you know. But if you're like looking at the ground, running in straight lines, quick scoping people through walls, like,
yeah,
just like locking onto heads every time you ADS, I think I know what's going on there. But yeah, that dude I spectated, I think I want to say that video was like 12 minutes long or something like that. And his teammate had 5 kills at the end of the game. And so what I think that was, which is a real thing, and it's potentially worse than actually hacking, is people will pay hackers to get wins for them. Carry them to wins.
Right.
You know, it's like, man, like if you're bad at the game, just be bad at the game. You'll get good eventually. You know, it's like I think people who hack for fun are kind of losers. Yeah. It is what it is. But people who pay hackers because they can't get a win by themselves, it's just like, man, what do you have going on in your life that getting a win in Warzone is this important to you?
You're gonna spend money on it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, man. Yeah, actually, I should too, because I have to be up at 7:30, and it's 2:30. So.
Oh, God, I don't have to get up till 1.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping when I wake up that there's like a solid 11 inches of snow still on the ground, so I can just not go to work tomorrow.
Nice.
Because regardless of if we close or not, my car can't handle that. So I have to go uphill to get out of my neighborhood, and if there's more than like 3 inches of snow on the ground, I get halfway up the hill and just start sliding backwards. So
Lovely.
yeah, it's great.
All right, man.
Anyways,
yeah, like,
it's good talking to you. I'll hit you up about some of this stuff if I
Yeah,
don't get it figured out and stuff like that.
I'm
So
by no means a complete expert, but I've been through all of it.
yeah.
So, and I am that guy in at least our group. Like everybody comes to with computer problems, questions, OBS stuff. So
Okay.
I've learned a ton. So yeah, feel free, send me a message even if I'm not online, whatever, and we'll get it all figured out, get it all sorted.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right. Have a good night.
See ya.
All right, guys. That's gonna do it for the night. Like I just said, I have to wake up pretty early. So if I can figure out how to close this game. There it is. Quit game. Yep, so anyways, appreciate you guys all stopping by. Let me see. Give me 1 second, though, because let me see what's going on in the Twitch world real quick. We might, if you guys are down, raid somebody. Nope, I have no friends online right now. So the last time I raided a random streamer, they were kind of a dick about it, so we're not going to do that. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Have a good night.